Hello, Knockouts. Tonya TKO here, and I'm a self-love specialist and relationship expert from TonyaTKO.com. Today, we're going to be talking about Ready to Love Season 1, Episode 7. And I really want to get through this one because I want to jump into the next episode because it looks like it's going to be a firecracker of an episode. This episode was the one where they had the mixer. And this is the one where, let's just jump right into it. I'm sorry, but the show is just getting really cringy, it's getting sad, it's getting difficult to watch, and it's making me feel this deep embedded sadness for black women for so many different reasons. But first, look, I put on a little bit of makeup today because I can't be talking bad about people and looking all crazy myself because look, this episode just really just brought out of the woodworks for me just the state of things in Black America and this situation overinflating the men's own perceived fitness or worth in a relationship. One of the biggest things that troubles me about where the episode is heading and how it's unfolding is it doesn't really seem like the women care. It doesn't seem as if they really truly care about choosing the right man for them. It's kind of like, oh, as long as he look good, got all his teeth and has a job, I'll just be happy. Oh God, okay. No. All right. Let me just go piece by piece because I took some notes and then I just watched a little bit of it just to kind of refresh myself before I did this video. But it's sad. One of the big questions is why have they not eliminated more women? I don't understand why they're doing this whole juggling act thing. I don't understand why they eliminated all of the guys from the beginning, but then some of you said it's because they want to kind of make the ratios like it is in Atlanta, but go forward. So now look, Shay is doing what a lot of people do when they realize that the person that's interested in them or vice versa is just not a good match. Like how we talked about that woman who said she walked in her house, her and her daughter walked in the house and found her husband in bed with another woman. Now that's just pure and utter disrespect right there, where a person just starts exhibiting characteristics that are just so wild and outlandish that they want you to break up with them, but in essence they really broke up with you because they were the one who were doing the action to begin with. So here's Shay now staring down at Brutus, Popeye Brutus over there in the and I'm gonna use his picture as my thumbnail because like when he was at that brunch with her and he was like sitting there with his head just resting on top of all these popped out muscles. Anyway, right, so she's staring him down at the mixer and then she calls him out to a lunch the next day to give him, the business about how he was the drunk uncle. And I'm like, then she starts talking about how her parents own a liquor store. And I think I remember from one of the earlier episodes that they were pimps and hustlers and all this other stuff that hung out at the liquor store. So it's like, we have far too many people on this show talking about their past as the reason for why they have this dysfunctional view of the world today. And I'm like, again, the question, ready to love. What are they ready to love? Who are they ready to love? How are they ready to love? Who deemed them ready to love? Oh, going forward. So we had Brutus there at the lunch and he's just like, this is turning into an interrogation. And some of you asked me, what do I mean by country? Listen, I don't have a problem with anyone. And some of you are like, oh, you're from New York. Oh, yes, I am from New York. And I'm very New York when I want to be. However, if we don't know how and when to tone it down, that can be highly problematic. We have to navigate through many different circles. And if we can't step outside of the circle from whence we came, I mean, there are plenty of people from the South who know how to look. You don't hear me sounding like Fran Drescher, do you? Like, Mr. DJ, you don't hear me talking. What was that guy's name from Mr. Sheffield? Mr. Sheffield, you don't hear me talking like that. You don't. All right. So anyway, but this is not about me. This is not about me. So, one of the things that was really uncomfortable for me is that they're at this mixer, and the ladies seem mad that other women are near their quote unquote man. And I'm like, I don't know if these people are joking or not, or if they're really that into these guys, but I'm like, these guys are not the pick of the litter. We got Aaron in this episode talking about how, yeah, a lot of, I wish I had a bunch of grapes that I could just put in my mouth so that we could talk like him. Like, yeah, a lot of women have told me that I am emotionally unintelligent. I'm just emotionally young. And I'm like, okay, where's the ready to love part? One of the biggest issues that I see with Aaron is that he hasn't really taken the time to really delve into who he is as a man. So it's like you see him going around doing all these toasts, toasting to love with this woman, toasting to love with that one, showing up late, people forgiving him walking. Oh, did you all peep how in this episode, how he was like trashing the other women? I gave women a chance I never would have gave a chance in real life, and this, that, and the other, yeah. When I saw Shantae, I was like, never. But then the thing, acting like he's all that, and I'm like, son, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I lived in Atlanta. You guys know that I went to school in Atlanta. I went to school in Atlanta and then I stayed there for a few years after. But when I saw the foolishness that was going on there and how each man was like, I got 26 women to one man. I was like, no, baby, I'm done. I'm done. I left. I saw a video with Melinda in it earlier today. The woman who, I was going to say the woman who played Melinda. I guess her real name is Melinda. And she was looking beautiful, a lot prettier than she was looking on the show. And they asked her if she was seeing anybody. Woman is still single. She's on this hit show, still single in Atlanta. Why are you all doing this? Let me ask the ladies who are in Atlanta now, why are you still in Atlanta? I got off that sinking ship when I saw the rats running towards the gate. No. So listen, let's go forward. I want to know, I want you guys to tell me what's going on with Shataba's braids. It reminds me of something from like a futuristic show where all her edges are snatched up into them braids. I didn't know what was going on, but I was like, why black women, why do we do this to ourselves? Then we have Tiffany now throwing herself at Mike, rubbing down on his arm, and you see Mr. Country Brutus is like, yeah, girl, I don't know you rub on my arm, but what might happen? And so it's like, one of the things that I feel that she's doing is she's trying to make Alex jealous by now showing, oh, another man can have my attention. And it's just, it looks sad, it looks desperate, it looks, I don't want to say pathetic, but it's like Alex and Mike are two very different men, looks-wise and energetically. So you mean to tell me that you were all interested in this man and then just any old man will do? I'm just like, this is why I don't know if these would, like how on Flavor of Love, how these girls were all playing it up so that they could find their fame through the show. I don't know if these girls are just, are kind of hyping it for the show, if they've gotten to competitive mode to compete for these three average men. I just, ugh. So then, oh, let's give our applause. Listen, I want to take a moment to just give some applause to Courtney, who politely excused herself from the show. And I got to give enough respect and props to her because she was sitting down having lunch with Aaron, and Aaron is still playing these games, mush-mouthing around. And she was just like, you know what? I want a man who knows what he wants, who wants me. And, I'm on the fence about that. Tell me what you all think about that below. Because on the one hand, the name of the game is get to know people. And if I could give any advice to the ladies out there, one of the things that we don't do, when we start talking about being monogamous and cheating and all this other stuff, for some reason, women, we kind of shift ourselves into this state of unasked for monogamy before it's warranted and before it's time. It's like, don't we value ourselves? It's like we're treating ourselves like chopped liver. Like, we're just going to throw ourselves and try to commit this is why probably so many people are like, that's why you're single. Because so many of us are pairing up with people who just aren't good matches. Let's go on and see what else we have here on my list. Courtney brought up some I'm going to talk about Courtney and Shatava, and then we're going to get out of here, right? Courtney brought up a good point. She's like, do you feel that any of these women are, what you would want in a wife? And it's like, I don't really know if these men are really truly looking for a wife. It's like, ready to love? Are you looking for the type of person that you can have a lifetime partnership with? Or are we just playing it up for the camera? Are we just looking for somebody to date? Are we looking for someone to hump? Because it's like, yes, why are we not really asking the tough questions? Why is nobody guiding this group, this band of misfits together, this band of brokenhearted misfits together, to really teach them how to ask the right questions, how to look for the warning signs, how to step up? Where's the therapy for them? I talked about that in the very first show review. Where's the therapy for all of these people? And then, oh, Rita. Rita, and I feel so bad for her because she claims that she went to go see her. See, she was not in control of that situation. She claims she went to go see her ex so that she could be like, I'm finally done with you. But why? Why did you need to meet up with him? It's like that whole dysfunctional situation. So now he's going to see her getting broken up with on TV. It's like it's like she could have shut that whole thing down if it was really over. Just shut all of that over. I mean, everybody knows when a woman is fed up, she's done. But there was something about her that just didn't really seem like she was done. She got this man lingering around talking about, we're just friends. Really? Did he treat you like a friend when he had you as the side chick? Come on. Professional side chick, people calling her now. And then Shatava. We talk 2 more points and then we're gone. Shatava. Oh, she's not opening up about who she really is, not forming an emotional connection because of stuff that went on with her ex, and it was lying and cheating and all this other stuff. This is what I'm saying. What makes any of these people ready to love, really? Where's the readiness to love? Where are the people? There should be no reason why you're talking about some hurtful situation with an ex that is altering your behavior today in a dysfunctional way, in a way that's not serving you. Where are the lessons? What is your takeaway from the part that you played in all of this? It's like so many of us don't want to take ownership for the roles that we played in our past relationships, that we just go forward acting like somebody did something to us. Like, oh, this person did me wrong. Oh, it broke me. No. What did you do? It's because if you don't see how you participated in it, you can't alter your behavior so that you can have a different result next time. Because what I'm seeing is far too many people not asking the difficult questions, not really opening up, and not really investing the time in trying to see if this person is a good fit. I feel like people have gotten into competitive mode and they're trying to win the prize or the game without really even truly realizing, listen, I deserve to be happy. It's like people attempt to make fun of me because I've decided to not marry any of the people that have been in my past. But I'm like, every relationship is not a good fit. Even if the person is a nice person and you're nice, well, every relationship is not a good fit. It's like we have to think about what type of life we want. Like when we talk about, how a man, like we're going to talk about in the next video, we're going to talk about that plate of food that man with no, not even a plate of food, the buckets of food. It's like a man presents the type of lifestyle that he's offering. Are you down with it or not? What type of life do you want? And I respect Courtney for getting out of the game, because it's like, from the type of life that she knows that she wants, she knew that she would not find it on this show. These mediocre men calling them the 3 kings. You know what? Let me get out of here because my battery is going, my space is going to run out. Let me upload this now. I want to hear your thoughts and your points of view below. So Tonya TKO and I am out. Go out there and love one another. But most importantly, what? That's right, love yourself. And loving yourself is realizing that you're not some chopped liver sacrificing yourself up onto the railroad tracks of life for any man to come by and pick you up and put him into his hobo sack. No. What type of life do you want? What type of man do you want? How do you envision your future? And does this person fit in with that? Remember, we're talking about joining a man and his offspring onto your family tree for the end of time. Come on. On that note, I'm out. Leave your comments below. Peace.